Hey, we have a solid above 20 frames per second. That's good. For now, we'll see how long that lasts. Hi, everyone who's not quite here yet. We want this. Ay, ay, ay. Da, 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 da. Welcome in, Tom. Sick bastard, licking the like. I'm going to turn studio off because it's just going to drive me crazy. And then we're going to turn on the Yuba Tuba. Hi, guys. I think I already said that, but I'm saying it again. Just because I'm trying to, make sure that everything's working. And it seems to be. So that's Gooba. Gooba Dooda. We're going to pause that, and I have it if I need it. We want it to be on all messages. All right, I now have Porta Chat. Tina, want to say hi? Hi, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe if you're lurking. Early lurkers. Oh. It hurts. Hope everybody's doing all right and y'all can hear me okay and all that, especially now that I just put my hand directly on the microphone. I'm going to turn on a fan. Excuse me. At least on low. Try and get a little bit of air movement, as the air is quite stale. I also need to move Meld Studio up to the big monitor so I can see the chat. And the way that I would do that would be like that. Right? Right. It's so big, though. That's what she said. Ha ha ha. Moto Bomb, Virginia. Welcome in. Just doing some last minute dialing in of said program. little beard scratch there. Sorry, I learned it from Pixie. He's a robot. Oh my god, I almost died already. Maybe we should move that a little bit. Hope everyone is doing all right. I should probably drink some water instead of coffee, as my back is hurting. Headed to see the chickens and my grandkids. That was translated by Schmoke Shop. Pretty much all jacked up on coffee. And thankful for sativas. We're going to try something new here in just a moment, kids. It's not brand new, but it's something we have only merely experimented with briefly. And that is our VDO Ninja connection. Man, my back hurts. It's not, anyway, never mind. My back is not aligned correctly for some reason. Oh, something happened. Hopefully that was a good pop. Cheers, by the way. Safety third. Grandchildren. What the hell? Autocorrect. Yeah, I figured that out on my own. I want this, and this is gonna go here. And the issue that I'm gonna have we're gonna set it up and see what happens. Perfect. It's the upper half is the problem. And it's not. I don't know. What's up, real one? Welcome in, my friend. I'm going to do a quick experiment and see how crazy it gets. In order to do said experiment, I need my phone. And I put my phone right here. First, we're going to drink some water. Isn't this entertaining, y'all? Watch Schmoke spin about. Maybe we do need a little bit of indica. I think I need to find the perfect indica to sativa ratio. But that's cool. That's the beauty of our natural medicine. Anyhow, I'm going to get into here, and I'm going to turn this on and try not to create a loop. Now then, the experiment that we're going to do is I'm going to switch to a different camera, which has its own independent microphone. And I want to see what it's going to do for the sound. Because if these microphones are not synchronized, it's going to do crazy things. Excellent. Now then, let us do the solution to that problem. That should solve that issue. What do you think, Tina? I think that should help. It didn't. It did not. Why did it not? Why did it not? I wonder if it's just because I had this on. Interesting. Well, looks like we got mostly, or at least 50-50 lurkers, it looks like. So lurkers, subscribe and join in the chat, and let's make this entertaining as I try and work through some, we won't say technical difficulties, we'll say experiments. So why is that? Oh, I see what's happened. Right. I'm going to try something that might do crazy things. Chickadee check. Check. The check is in the mail. Scene 1, scene 2. That shouldn't even be there anymore. Why is that? Oh. How about now? That should be the solution. Sitting by a pool that I can't get in. That's terrible. Welcome in, Key Fob. Welcome in, Raspberry Hedgehog. Everybody be a little bit patient with me. I am doing experimentation again. And we should be on this microphone. Key Fob, I'm by a bouncy castle. Oh, God. I don't even want to think about that, Raspberry Hedgehog. Poor thing, you can't get in there. Or you could, but it would destroy you. All right, we're going here. How about now? Theoretically, we now have Tina Cam with perfect sound. All right, let's see what happens. All right, now we're going to check that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was weird. Mic is quiet for sure? Oh, well, I can crank all the mics up. Pyong. Pyong. Okay, check. Oh, you shouldn't be able to hear that. You can hear that? From way over there? Why is that global? That should not be global. Okay, that's part of the problem. Okay. That should also not be global. Stop making it global. Okay. Theoretically, again, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. You can hear that? Way over there? Why is that global? That should not be global. Okay, that's part of the problem. Okay. That should also not be global. Stop making it global. Okay, so there's Tina. Okay. There's Schmoke. Okay, we're going to try this again, kids. Now, we're going to go back and see Tina. And then we're going to say, hi, Tina. How are you? Oh, I'm okay. Just a little bit psychotic. Don't worry about me. And then we're going to switch back to this camera. At which point, we should be doing fine. Now we're going to go back to here. Okay, we're going to try this again, kids. And now I'm going to check and see what's happening. We're going to go back and see Tina. And then we're going to say, hi, Tina. How are you? Oh, I'm okay. Just a little bit psychotic. Don't worry about me. And then we're going to switch back to this camera. At which point... Oh, dude, that's awesome. It works. Guys, it's working. I don't want to jinx it, but it's working. Now I'm going to check and see what's happening. Holy cow. OMG. OMG. I can turn the sound down now. And now I have a monitor after having confirmed that in theory everything seems to be working correctly. Now I can say, hey kids, welcome to the show. Da 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 da. Hey. Oh. All right. I don't even know what to do. We've got it all working for once. Theoretically. For now. Whew. So in theory, what that means is we can hang out in the van. in the Sprinter. You want to go play in the Sprinter? See what's going on in there? We've never really hung out in there. I've only given you brief visitation. First, we're going to turn on our lavender aromatherapy module. We're going to adjust our temperature to a fresh load at 333 degrees Fahrenheit. Why? Because 303. It's the magic number. Bye-bye. Excuse me. Scoop-dooby, Scoot-dooby. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Welcome in, man. Long time no see. Hopefully everything sounds all right. I do not currently have a monitor in my ear. However, I have checked everything, and to the best of my knowledge, I have 2 cameras with fully functional sound. The Sprinter sounds interesting. It's the Sprinter. The Sprinter. It's hard to do that. I don't even I can't bend that way. Oh, let's try that. Oh, no. How about that? Oh, it's so hard to do this. There. That's the Sprinter. Whoa. Ruh-roh, Schmoke. Ruh-roh. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this lavender aromatherapy. Pixie, what are you doing? Why did you decide to not follow me? You get down here. Get down here, young man. Anyhow, that is 2 really bright lights preventing me from seeing the chat that I wanted to be watching. There it is. All right. So yeah, in a minute we'll go over there and check out the Sprinter. What we have here behind me is a table full of future Sprinter stuff. Sorry about the terrible noises that keep happening whenever I hit that. What we have here is a voltage inverter, 3,000 watts, a 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery, LiPo. We got some fuses. We have a DC to DC charger that will allow us to hook up the alternator of the Sprinter to the system to charge the batteries. We have the correct sized cable, which is approximately twice the size of the cables provided by the manufacturer. For those of you who weren't here last time to see that, the skinny cable is what is provided by the manufacturer. The fat cable is the properly sized, smallest acceptable cable. So yeah, that's a fire hazard, kids. The other thing we bought, which is probably going to be sent back, is this air conditioner. This air conditioner is a 110 air conditioner. Plug into a regular wall outlet because it was relatively inexpensive and easy to get and did not need anything except for the voltage inverter and a plug in the van, the power. The problem is, as I'll demonstrate later, first of all, this thing's super heavy. It does not have an attached drain line to get rid of the condensate. It has a valve that you have to pull it somewhere and then drain it, which was not my intention. I wanted to run a drain line. But the worst thing of all is it is exceedingly loud. It is super noisy, and that's completely unacceptable in a van that's going to resonate all that sound. I will demonstrate it here in a little while. It does work. It cools. It's nice and cool, but executive decision, I'm going to go back to my original idea, which was a 12-volt split system air conditioner for the van, which is more efficient. It's also more money, but that, like I said, what I was trying to experiment with is not going to work for me. My spine makes that sound. Do you have a fire extinguisher? Is that what you were wondering about, Sick? It's even in the green zone still. Oh, Wes, thank you. Peer pressure these cats for they have not pressed the like button, I am sure. Welcome in, my friend. Hope you had or are having a good weekend. We'll put this down now after round one. A quick reminder for those in the know. Oh, he wants to find me. He's trying to find me. He found me. Whoa. The remote control is in the foam. Fixie, I'm right here, buddy. It's okay, bud. Just let them know that the remote control is in the foam and everything will be okay. Thank you. Good boy. Yeah. For the van. For the van. Fire extinguisher. For the van. Sort of. I have this same fire extinguisher. What I need to do, and you're absolutely right, and I appreciate you pointing that out, Sick. I need to get a couple or a 4-pack or something of fire extinguishers. I need one in the house. I need a brand new one here in the shop. I would not mind having a couple of them in the shop. I need one in the van, and I wouldn't mind having one that I constantly have in the bug while I have the bug. Pixie, yeah, he's a nervous little guy sometimes. So yes, at some point in the near future, I do need to get some better fire extinguisher capabilities. Let's, speaking of the van, some of us here in the chat have not even hung out in the Sprinter at all. So I need to grab this. And while I walk over here, press this, then go back to here and go there, pick up this. Tina Cam. I'm going to put that there for now. Oh, goodness gracious. And we're utilizing my newly installed switch. Turn on our lights. And there's our little bed. It's only my bed. It's not our little bed. I say our little bed like y'all could share it with me. It's pretty much a one-person kind of situation. But, you know, the right person, we could experiment. Anyhow, so I did buy a brand new sleeping bag. I have a brand new pillow, just because why not? And I went out of my way to get a blue sleeping bag since the Sprinter theme is clearly blue. For those of you who have not been in here, basically, oh, there's something in the way because things shifted around. Right, because that's not even attached. Okay. Anyway, you get the basic idea. That bin will fit under there once I tighten everything up. We got a chair here, a mat back there, you know, some long storage. Love you long time. Brand new chair. You know, I'm trying to set up the van. Chair as a little independent entity. So that I'm not necessarily, I have no preview, hopefully this works. So that I'm not necessarily utilizing stuff from the house or anything like that. Most of my camping gear will end up in here, I think. Sorry if that's bouncy. Most of my camping gear will end up in here, I think. Just because why not store it in here? I need to go get the dually. I need to get out there and go talk to those guys and get that going. Because if I have the truck in my life, then I don't need to keep this as a cargo area. I still probably will aim to keep it as open as possible back here, simply because I have no intention of living in the van full time. Excuse me, no intention of living in the van full time. It's a mobile hotel room is what I'm trying to do. As I have gas money, which I do not now, fuel money, I should say. Once I'm done throwing money at this thing and building out the systems, hopefully fuel prices will go down and we can. I just remembered I have the chat right here. We can travel a little bit. We're hanging out in the van. I gotta check the chat. All right, let's. Wow, I'm a little bit behind. Made them mail the ones they forgot to leave. The fire extinguishers, right? I need to put my glasses on, and then I might be able to read instead of just staring blindly at the symbols that are clearly there, but I can't quite see them. Can I do that without disturbing anything? Great time at Disney with the family. Thanks. Excellent. Very, very good. Very expensive, but good. Raspberry, can't chat, but want to say hi. Word. I'll be back later to watch the rest. Have a great day, y'all. Wes, have fun. Have the most fun, bro. For real. For those of y'all who have not, please check out Wes Does It's channel. Pretty much everybody that's in here has a active YouTube channel, so make sure if you're not already to check out each other's channels. You know, we all hated it when they changed the names to the usernames here on YouTube, but the reality is that it makes it actually easier for you to look at people's channels without having a wrench or anything, because I know everybody knows I don't give everybody wrenches. So all you have to do is highlight the username, the @ for instance Brown Chicken X, highlight that, right click it on a PC, copy, and then go into a new tab, a YouTube tab, and next to YouTube go /paste, and then you're there. I don't know if that made any sense, but get a larger than Ness, like a 40-ounce. Ness? Yes, exactly, Ness. So we need it to be bigger than the Loch Ness Monster. Tina knows the Loch Ness Monster. They're actually very good friends. Whoa, hedgehog! Welcome in, Hedgie. We have a hedgehog in the memberships. Tina, say thank you, Hedgie. Thank you, Hedgie! Whoa! I don't know how that's working. I have no idea how long that's going to take to get here. I'm just watching it on delay. So things that just happened are just now happening. Wait, does that make any sense? Which way are we going? We're still vlogging. We're vlogging. I just remembered that. It's pointing at me. There's Tina. Go, Tina. You're crazy. All right. Seriously, Hedgie, thank you. Anything, for those of you that don't realize it, anything like memberships or super chats or anything like that, that is the only income that I get off of YouTube right now. As I do not yet have 1,000 subscribers, I do not get paid for advertising or anything like that. So, you know, I would never ask anyone who cannot afford to do it. But anything that you can afford to do and contribute to the channel will go directly to the channel. I promise you that. Where are we going from here? We saw that stuff. I want to get my phone back. We could just hang out in the van, I guess, huh? I need to get my phone back. I'm freaking out, guys. I'm freaking out. Totally freaking out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm freaking out. Holy cow. Totally, absolutely freaking out. Ah. Whew. Excellent. Sick, thank you for dropping links. I was about to look into that a little further. But since you're on it, we're good. Now I can switch to that camera. Which puts us back on this microphone. Safety meeting. That sounds like a great idea. Wow, that was hard work. We just went on an adventure, guys. And it worked, right? Everything worked smoothly. I can't wait to watch the replay and confirm that that all worked. Because if that all worked, I can do crazier stuff. I can take the way that I have this camera set up right now, the camera 2. If I use that on this cell phone, then I have a cell phone signal that I can broadcast it from instead of being on the Wi-Fi like I am now. And we could technically set this all up and then go for a drive and still be streaming through this stream. Yeah, that's going to be neat. I fully expect to see you in them dungarees at some point for my... Alrighty then. You will. That's not a bad price for dungarees. I need to get a new set. That pair is actually... I have been rigging that pair to be alive. I mean, the hooks and everything broke, and I made new ones. I don't know if you can even tell that. But I would not mind getting another pair, a better pair. Let's what do we want to stay at 3? Let's go ahead and get crazy. We're bumping it up to 350, y'all, cuz Loch Ness Monster. Oh, thanks, Hedgie. Blush. 350. All right. I actually need these. It really helps me reading. I mean, I can see it up there, but not down here. Up there, down here. Up there, down here. Ha, that's fun. I'm not crazy, guys. Just saying. What's the other camera on? I don't even know where we left it. Let's go see. Pew. Oh, it's on top of Mr. Hancock. Hi. What do you want to see? It could be Choose Your Own Adventure Day. What's our next adventure, kids? Want to go see that stuff? Choose Your Own Adventure Sunday with Schmoke Shop. Can send you a link for the ones I got. Right on, Keep Up. That's I have a couple in the research folder or whatever. I bought, I think those are Craftsman actually. And I think it was a situation where they were on sale and they were cheap as hell and they got good reviews, so I went ahead and got them to try them. Like these work shirts. So I ordered one Dickies work shirt and one Red Cap work shirt to see which one I like better. This is actually the Dickies. As far as comfort and all that stuff. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm going to make this kind of my new uniform. I have, if y'all haven't seen them, I think they're upstairs, but I did get a couple patches. Patches? We don't need no stinking patches. So I got a patch to go right here. Schmoke Shop patch. Oh, 350. Damn, Loch Ness Monster. Well, nobody's choosing our adventure, so I'll have to come up with something as the leader of our expedition, I guess. We got to make sure that Raspberry Hedgehog gets her money's worth. And all the other members as well. DJ Real One, Sick Bastard. I don't even know who all my members are. Brown Chicken's a member. I think scrolling. That's probably, I think Tom is a member. Adventures, living the dream, rather. Sorry. Yeah, Tom's a member as well. DJ Real One's a member. We got all kinds of members. Ha! I'm a member. I'm the big member. Yeah. Ooh, a patch will look great. Oh, did I not show you the patch, Hedgie? Oh my gosh. You're a paying member. You get to see that patch. First, I have to change to, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, to that camera. And for that, we'll watch, yeah, it's a new view. Y'all can enjoy that view for a while. Y'all haven't seen that view very much. And I'll be back. I'm going to go get the patch. Ha ha. It's going to be awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Key fob. I just saw your comment before I went in. Again, if you can't afford it, don't do it. Just saying. I'm not calling anybody out or anything like that sick. But I'd much rather you eat than have a membership to my channel. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'll be right back. Going to get the patches. What? I don't know if y'all can still hear me. You shouldn't be able to, technically. But if you can, then that's weird. I'm going to bring this back down there. And Hedgie. Hedgie? No, you got to stay up there. Eating is important. We can hear you like little creepies. You can? You shouldn't have been able to. That's so weird. Because that's not. Wait a minute. Oh, man. I see why. Okay. I mean, that still works. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so what's happened is somehow it was this microphone all the time. But if that worked, that's fine. But that's not going to work to go mobile. So I'll have to experiment with it still more. But as long as, you know, I have no problem learning and experimenting and repeating the same thing over and over again. But I like to make it progressive. And when the internet started screwing up, before I realized it, I thought the computer was screwing up and I'm chasing problems that aren't there. So now, theoretically, my internet is good again, stable, seems to be, and we can get back into dialing in the program. With, for those of you that don't realize it, my big picture plan is that once the channel makes it to that big channel status, we'll have a nice, stable, fun stream with multiple camera angles, mobile ability, etc., etc. So I appreciate you early shoppers, because we are going to grow this channel, and I'm not going to give up on that. Patches. I will have to find the link of the company that I used. It was off of Amazon. I think they were a week, maybe 2 weeks out. I don't remember. It wasn't too long. I didn't need them. It wasn't an emergency. But for the price and all that, I was perfectly fine with the quality. And that's basically what it'll look like. Except probably further that way. Like that. And then maybe more like that. More like that. Okay? Like that. And beard. I still want to plait your hair and beard. You know, when I used to hang out in the bars, it's funny how many times I would wake up in the morning with my hair braided because someone decided they needed to braid my beard or my hair or both. Nice patches. Sweet patch. So, you know, I am confident, like I said, in the quality of this product. I did sew on, so there's no iron-on stuff on here, but I can get it with iron-on stuff. You know, if people decide they want patches down the road, I have a a quality patch that I can get. But for now, these are for me. And I'm not immediately going to put, you know, like Schmoke or whatever on the shirt. But on the same token, if I do decide that I like a particular one of these work shirts, there are several vendors that I can have it even or sewn on, or I could get another patch, you know, who knows. I may just do this. It's like I said, little things towards a big goal, which is a huge YouTube empire. Not really. I'd like the channel to be big enough that I can make a monthly income off of it and still be able to, you know, by that I mean support the channel, have project money for more projects and parts and all that stuff, and, you know, some sort of a regular income. Pixie, I don't know why you just turned off, but let's turn you back on. Good boy. I'll buy one, says Tom. You'll need one with Colonel K on. I'll have to get a Velcro thing to put on there. Let's plug this air conditioner in so you can see it, and I can blow some cold air on my face. I don't know that the microphone's even going to pick it up. And I don't like that when you plug it in, it immediately powers on. Don't like that at all. Yeah, so there's several things I do not like about this unit. But let's go with power, fan. So we're in fan mode, low speed. Okay, so that's just the fan. That alone is completely acceptable. And again, I don't know what y'all can hear of this or not. But if we put it into cool mode, if it turns on, of course, now it's not making the noise it was making before. This right now is totally acceptable. Yesterday when I turned it on, it was making some horrible noises. Now I've just got cold air blowing on me. That's cool. That's cool, get it? Chip Force, welcome in, my friend. 2-4, welcome in as well. Happy Mother's Day, absolutely. Any mothers in here? Happy Mother's Day. Hedgie, I know you're a big mother. I'm a big mother too. Just kidding. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Issue with puncture wound this morning. Uh-oh. Well, key fob, hopefully that gets taken care of. I'm just for Chip Force, I'm just for a few minutes. Say hi and a like. Thank you, Chip. I appreciate it for sure. So again, of course it's not making the noise it was making yesterday. I need to look into the return policy on this thing. The issue is that I have to have an exhaust port for it. What I was originally intending to do was either putting... Oh, there is a drain line in here, so there's an adapter kit, I guess. This is the outlet, and basically it's meant to go... There's a window kit, and you put it the thing in your window, and then you vent this out your window. So I was either going to put it up front and run this to the passenger window and make a board that would fit in the mostly closed window, or go ahead and cut a hole in the floor and make a dedicated exhaust. The reality is, I still have to think about this, because if the split system 12 volt split system that I'm talking about is more efficient than this. With this 200 amp hour battery, I should be able to run it the whole night. Whereas this, I think I'll only be able to run like 4 hours. You know, 4 to 6 hours is all I really need to cool off and fall asleep, and if I wake up hot, turn it on again kind of situation. But I'm over $200 with this unit, and the one that I really want, which is 12 volts and can run off the battery system without any inverters or anything, is $400. So it's twice the money, which would put a delay on things a little bit, but I think it might be worth it. However, what I could do, theoretically, I'm thinking out loud, is if I've got the full 30 days on this, keep it in decent shape, because it's definitely blowing cold, and keep the packaging and everything, and save money and sell. I need to sell, get some money together and get that other system instead. The other thought is I do kind of have money set for the solar panels. I could delay the solar panels and get the better AC and return this and get the better AC and hold off on the solar panels. Because as long as I'm charging off the alternator, at least I have a way of charging. 2 racks of ribs. John P., welcome in, buddy. Sorry, I'm just rambling and thinking out loud. Discussing different air conditioner options. Yeah, this thing was making, it was literally easily 2 to 3 times noisier than it is right now yesterday. I could live with that. I could live with that fine. It was like something internally wasn't bolted down yesterday, and it was shaking the entire cabinet and rattling. I'll experiment some more with it. Welcome in, Quick Shoe. Good to see you, my friend. John P., hi. 24, hi. If you didn't hear me say that. Making clicking noises, saying over and over again. These are all things that we should not do while streaming live on YouTube. Oh man, now I'm hot. Can I just turn the fan on? I mean, of course I can, but it's gonna start. There we go. Okay, so there's a delay before it starts up to let you change modes. Cheers, kids. Stay hydrated. Quick stack. Oh, hey, key fob. Here's what you need for those cartridges. It holds 3 little ones or 2 big ones. That's what she said. What? And then they stay upright. Also, don't forget, save the whales, kids. Oh, whales, whales, whales. Save the whales. Save the whales. Ah, that was fun. What's next? Quick stack. Stacking firewood. Big Dan, welcome in. Awesome. Poop slinging. Slinging poop. Woo! At least you get to do it in an adventure mobile, multiple adventure mobiles, a mini excavator and manure spreader and tractor. Dan's just being a big kid, playing with big machines, moving stuff around, which is probably much better than freezing his ass off walking in snowshoes to get across the property. Although he could still be doing that as well. All right, that is not worth the noise. We're going to turn that off and unplug it. Beedaloop. I like its little song. It's got a happy little tune. I got to think about that. Y'all want to go? Y'all want to see the other one, the other air conditioner that we want? I think I could do that relatively easily. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's do this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm dealing with it. We're going to go here, then we're going to go there, then we're going to go over here, put that there, then we're going to go here and put that there. Then we're going to go here and type that. And then, or better yet, we don't have to do that. We could just do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boop. Okay. And then, no, and then, uh-oh, I don't even have my chat available right now. We're sorry, the chat is currently unavailable. Please, what are you doing, bud? Let's go. Sprinter list. Yeah, that one. See? All right, we're going to click on that. Ha ha ha. And then we're going to go here. Hi, guys, I'm back. I've been here the whole time. Y'all could see me. I just couldn't see me. What? Never had her tell me that. I don't know. I say it a lot, so I'm not sure what it was in reference to. Let's find a new scene. We're adding a scene, and in that scene is going to be a layer. And within that layer is going to be a display capture, yes. And then what's going to be the Amazon. Yay! That's so cool. I'm having a hot chocolate. Anyone got any mini marshmallows? I, in fact, do not have any mini marshmallows, Hedgie. I apologize. But we would need a really powerful mini marshmallow launcher in order to get them to you. I want to see my other monitor. Where is my phone? Oh my god, where's my phone? I found it. I got it. Everything's okay. Everything's under control. Did we ever do this? I don't know. We're going to do it again. We're going to keep it at 350 for now. What screen are we on? Oh, we're on a screen that doesn't even exist on this. I'm in like a whole nother universe now. Oh, there are things happening. Carrie? When did I miss? Oh, there he is. Rob's neighbor, also a member. Welcome in, my friend. Rob's neighbor's real name is Carrie. Carrie is the neighbor of a person named Rob, and his channel is named as such. However, his name is actually Carrie, who happens to coincidentally be Rob's neighbor. Okay, so you're just looking at a screen. I don't know if you can see what's on there. I think you can. And I think that if I go here, I can manipulate it. So what we're looking at here is a 12-volt split system. This says rooftop, although I'm not sure that I can put it on the roof. That would be my preference. However, where they're designed to go, if you can see in this picture, is like on the back of the cab of a truck or on the back door of a van, which they don't, of course, show on this ad. But this is basically like a split system for your house, except it's for a 12-volt system and it's much smaller. So there is an outside unit, which is this, and an inside unit, which is this. So all I need is a small penetration. Oh. And passes through. Yeah, this particular ad doesn't show the actual gasket, but it's a, I think it's like a 4 to 5 inch hole, something like that. But it should come with the sealant gasket and all that, if I get the right one. But anyway, these things, in theory, is this even the right one, or am I looking at the other one? I don't know. In theory, can run 7 to 9 hours without using any fuel. Now, I haven't read on this particular unit what battery they're expecting you to have for those figures, but it's probably a 400 amp hour battery, I'm thinking. What I have is a 200 amp hour battery, which, simple math, would still give me about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours, which is enough, especially considering I do plan on adding a second battery, which would take us up to that 400 amp hours. But anyway, and at 12,000 BTUs, that's basically a 1-ton system, which is more than enough to cool even an uninsulated van. Because even though we should, we have not done the process to keep it insulated. All right, I got to scroll up here and get back with the chat. No mini marshmallows. Listening to the other one. Hello, Shaggy Mane. Thought you said you were in a whole nother uterus. Have some big marshmallows. Those might launch easier to keep up. Shaggy, welcome in. Igor, welcome in, my friend. So yeah, like I said, the plug-in air conditioner will work, and it will also run about a similar time. The math hurts my head. The reason that I got this was because I could get it quickly and easily, and there's no installation. I just plug it right in and it runs. My preference for the other one is the fact that it is then part of the van. I do believe it is more efficient in the long run. It gets it up off the floor, whereas this is going to take up floor space and low wall space. You know, that's usable, viable space this is going to take, whereas that other one would actually mount on the rear door on the inside. And we don't have any windows on there anyway. So let's switch to mobile cam. Hey, mobile cam, drone mode, activate. Anyway, that's ridiculous. Sorry about the fan noise. But basically, that 12-volt air conditioner would mount here, the outside unit, and the inside unit would mount right there on the door. so that it would be blowing in that way. And then at the front, my intention is Tina Cam, to put fans, USB powered fans up in those two corners. So that if I've got an air conditioner in the back blowing this direction, I've got fans that way blowing it back that way, and we can get good air circulation. Air circulation! Let's demonstrate our switch again. Oh my god, I'm stuck. That was weird. I didn't like that. Deluminate. Reluminate. Deluminate. For those of you who haven't seen it, that's our bed platform with storage for a bucket for whatever you would use a bucket for while you were camping remotely. 2 drawers for storage, a little deer, a mattress, a sleeping bag, brand new, pillow brand new, just for this project. Chair, whoa, hey, sorry about that, guys. Chair, brand new for this project. On sale, really like this chair for, what was it, 20 bucks or something? A bin, room for a bin that will slide all the way under there when everything's set up correctly. And some long storage for, you know, mat and stuff like that. It's coming together. All this stuff, the racks that are for the tables that were in here, I've kind of been on the fence on what I was going to do. I think that's all coming out. I was contemplating leaving this one in and leaving a shelf that could fold down. But the reality is my battery box and my power system is going to end up right here. And so if I have a, you know, tabletop here, I could have a piano hinge on it, and if I need a bigger table, boom, fold it out. So that's what's going to end up happening there. And that'll be the, like I said, inside of the cabinet will be power inverter and all of the power stuff. The main thing is that I need to get the correct size wires and route them through the van. And the reason I am not doing that quite yet or ordering all that quite yet is I have to make the decision of which air conditioner system I'm going to utilize. Because if I use the 12-volt system, I need to order some expensive wires and run them. It's not too far of a run, because basically it would end up being through this chase and into that wall and to there. So it's not as far as it would be if I was going from like the house battery, which is under the driver's seat, to the back. But, you know, the correct cables, the correct thickness, and the correct material are expensive. Pure copper is not cheap. And we're vlogging, guys. Hey! I'm almost back here to get back and check the chat. All right, scrolling up the chat. Big marshmallows. I am doing well, Igor. Everybody saying hi. Shaggy, Shaggy, hi everyone, everybody else. Message deleted by a moderator. Scumbags. Chillster Deluxe. Chillster is okay. I hope you didn't boot him. But I don't know why he's saying scumbags, unless he's just kidding. Chillster used to be. I don't know. As far as I know, Chillster used to be all right. I don't know what's happened there. Having a party today, and we are all invited. Lavender party. Is it a harvest party? Are we having Harvest Fest? No, it's too early for Harvest Fest, isn't it? I don't know. Chillster Deluxe. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why he came in here with scumbags. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. I can't see what's going on YouTube. Maybe I should check on that. Maybe it's different. Either way, good looking out, because that is complete disrespect unless he was kidding, but to just come in out of the blue and say some shit like that, I don't know. That was my second comment. So what was your first comment? View deleted message, scumbag. Not seeing anything above scumbag. Scumbags in EU. Okay. So yeah, I think we're all good. And I think he was just being like, hey, douchebags. They. I'm not sure about all the pronoun stuff. But anyway. Hopefully everybody's all right and we're all good. Cheers. I'm going to have some not even close to lukewarm ice cold coffee. It's still room temperature, I guess. It's not cold. It's pretty nasty. It's not nasty. Anyway. Cheers. I cannot tell y'all how amazingly thankful I am for the sativa that I have been able to get a hold of. Because most of the time I can only get a hold of indicas or strong leaning, whatever, hybrids that are leaning indica, and it really makes me not productive, as opposed to right now where I'm feeling all right and I'm wired on coffee. Don't really like that feeling either, but like I said, we got to dial in the formula and find that perfect ratio and we'll be good. You're good, Sick. No, I mean, I definitely appreciate you being there and on point with that. I want to check. I'm hearing noises outside. I just want to put my eyes on it real quick. You'll still be able to hear me. It's the neighbors. Y'all can hear me, I'm pretty sure. That's the echo from my drums. We could do drum cam. Since I have portability now. Or we could just do mysterious drum sounds. And now mysterious drum sounds. Ooh, we could do more. But wait, there's more. Oh my God, we almost died. That was fun. And that was Mysterious Drum Noises with Schmoke. Marriage is not frog. Sad. What? Oh my gosh, lots of things happened. I spelt scumbags wrong and corrected it the second comment. Good weed is always good. I'm really not sorry, by the way. I'm not really okay, but I'll be okay, I guess. Quick shoe, struggle is real. Oh, well, that sucks. Marriage is not froggy. I'm sorry, Quick shoe. That does suck. That's why I'm single. Bachelor life, bachelor life. Nothing's quite better than bachelor life. So no comments on the drumming at all? Well, I enjoyed it. You got Walmart paper towels, because for some reason Brawny paper towels, which I used to use, stopped doing half sheets, and they now only do either the full sheet or the quarter sheets. Can't get half sheets. Ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. So now I have Walmart paper towels, and we'll see how they are. I think they were cheaper. Excuse me. Sorry, that was terrible. I really should get out of the habit of doing that. Sophia, welcome in. It keeps deleting my first comment. Well, Chilster, scumbags in EU. I mean, if it's starting to come into question, maybe we should probably not continue to try posting it. Just a thought. Anyhow. Yes, sir. No, thank you. I did 2 drum emojis. It keeps deleting my first comment. Hey, Schmoke, sorry not been in. I'm unwell. That sucks, Sophia. I'm sorry I didn't fully read that. I hope you feel better soon. What she said. What? Yeah, what she said. Gay together. Wait, what? Got together in 1984. Married 88. Just tough times. We'll be okay. I hope so, Quick Shoe, because that's a pretty long commitment. Y'all have probably been through some shit in that period of time. I agree with that statement. Scumbags in EU, 100%. Where pumpkin exhaust fumes back into the cabs to rob folk. I've been so sick. That's a long time, Quick Shoe. Okay, I'm going to make a quick request. We don't discuss politics or any of that kind of crap here in this chat. So I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but I'm starting to get the vibe, and I don't really want it in my chat. So I'm not trying to kick you out or anything like that. If you want to hang out and enjoy our little hangout, that's great. But we don't talk about that stuff here. That is directed towards you, Chilster. No, not aggressively or angrily or anything like that. Just kind of giving you that heads up that we don't do that here. 20 years married. Yeah, I mean, that's... and that's... What was that? 88 married? So that's 38 years married. That's a long time. I can't... Yeah. I'm trying to think of how long my parents were married before Mom passed. It was 40 something years. What? All good vibes in the Schmoke. Yeah, just read the chat, Chilster, and catch the vibe. Because if you kill the vibe, I will boot you or allow Sick to do it because he enjoys it. He kind of gets off on it. Swinging the wrench. Speaking of swinging the wrench, what did I do with the wrench? Isn't it? Oh, I found it. Even though it's not a wrench anymore, they changed it to some badge thing or something. I do have the master wrench, and I will moderate. Are you no better off with a Chinese diesel heater? Everyone has them. This is not a heater. This is an air conditioner. I live in Florida. I do have zero need for a heater. I can build a fire outside of my campsite and warm up and be chill out by my fire. And when the fire goes out, crawl into my tent and go to sleep, or my truck, my van, and go to sleep and wake up without any fear of freezing to death in Florida in the harshest of winters. Yeah, that's the Ultra Wrench. I found it at a thrift store. It was for some club or something. It's got active members and pledges. So, yeah, it's some sort of a mechanics union club or something like that. Like I said, it was at the thrift store. What did I pay? $6? I had to have it though, because at the time the moderator symbol was a wrench. So I got my big wrench. Sorry. So, point being, I don't necessarily need a diesel heater, though if I start traveling in winter and to colder places, that would be something that is kind of on the list. What I'd really like to do is get the split system air conditioner. There is one, I think, that's a heat pump. So then I could actually turn it into heat mode and then it's all one system. That's more money, of course. That starts getting us, I think, into the $600 range. I don't think I'm quite ready to go that way. Oy vey, that's a big wrench. One more load of firewood to stack. Enjoy your afternoon, everyone. Quick, enjoy. Hopefully you can... I mean, maybe, are you starting to hoard firewood for next year, hopefully? Or is that a whole nother process? Heat is not the issue in Florida. It's humidity, right? Yeah, a fan, you know, people are like, oh, just get one of those swamp coolers. A swamp cooler just makes it worse. Florida is already a swamp cooler. We have a whole lot of humidity. That's the issue right now is in this, whatever this is, my shop, it's only 82 degrees, but it's 60% humidity. And it's starting to get thick in here, and just moving air helps a lot. Igor, if you drive down, bro, I'm not far from 95. Just heads up if you ever want to reach out. If you're flying in, you know, that changes, that doesn't make a difference. But if you drive in, I'm basically on the west side of Jacksonville. So if you hit 95 and then hit 10, I'd be probably 15 minutes from 95. So loud. Welcome in, my friend. Myrtle Beach Bike Week. All right, that's probably fun. What do we got there? Hey, raspberries. Revenge Stop Motion. Welcome in. I don't know why that comment got deleted. Somebody's getting trigger happy. Unless he maybe deleted it himself. No, he's not a mod. Anyway, hi, Revenge. Welcome in. Next year's firewood. Awesome. Right on. So you're getting ahead so that you can enjoy your trip and not have to worry about it. I like that better than you still building fires and freezing your ass off. Let's drink some water. We could go on an adventure again. Want to go on an adventure? Let's go on an adventure, guys. We'll switch it to this camera. Whoa! Hey, adventure time. Drone mode, drone mode. The table that is still a mess that at some point, maybe this afternoon after I get off of here, or even while I was on here, I need to clean that fucking table off. There's all the tools and stuff that are still here from the last Volkswagen video. Because that's just how shit works here. Always been that way. I need to get on top of that. Somehow. Here's a stack of little energy vortexes. Little pyramids. Because I hoard shit. Never know when you might need a small cardboard vortex. Where are we at? Where are we at? What is this? I know what this is. This is the rails for the roof rack, which go on factory positions on the roof. So I said earlier, for those of you who weren't here yet, I've spent a bunch of money, more money than at one time than I've spent in a long time. And I'm now broke. But what I did was I got a bunch of the pieces and parts for the van project. So I'm trying not to do all Sprinter content all the time, but I am probably going to be focusing on several things with the Sprinter and hopefully trying to sprinkle in some other content in between. But I'd like to get this thing locked into travel so that if and when fuel prices ever come back down and I can financially stabilize, I can do some traveling. The roof rails will be mounted in the factory positions, and then I will take this Unistrut, Kendorf, whatever you call it, different people call it different things, Unistrut, and this is going to be my roof rack, because I can get fixtures, I can get 90-degree things to join the parts together and all that. There's thousands of things that utilize the Unistrut system as far as attachment points and stuff like that. So if I build it out of that, and I'll probably paint it black. Anyway, point being, that rack originally initially will be the mounting place for the solar panels that will be on the roof. Long term, I'm going to either custom make a awning that will come off the side or buy one. The advantage of custom making one is I could make it with attachment points to where all I have to do is pull it out, unfold it, and attach it to the roof, to the rack, and then pull it out and set it up the way I normally would, as opposed to having a permanently attached one out there, which is basically a big flag saying that this is a stealth camper van. Whereas, if I don't attach anything like that, I have 0 windows other than the front windows. So if I put a black curtain behind the driver and passenger seat, you look in the window, you see black, you can't look in the back at all, and there's nothing roof rack, fancy, trendy bullshit with coolers on the roof or anything like that. It's just an Amazon van parked in a parking lot. I think that's the destination. That's the angle we're going with. Stealth mode. Keep it stealthy, buddy. No windows, no nothing. Now I'm here to check the chat again, switching back to that camera, utilizing modern technology, cranking up and vaporizing some lavender aromatherapy. Here we go. I deleted my own comment because I spelt it wrong. Okay. You can delete your own comments whether modes or not. I thought it said a mod had deleted it. It's probably just because I'm looking at it on Meld Studio and it just assumed it was a mod. We're going to go up to the 357 Magnum. I fly in from New York to Miami or Fort Lauderdale. I don't drive anymore if the trip is over 4 hours of driving. You can remove your comments. Adventure! I'm a terrible hoarder. Take care, Sophia. I didn't even see that. I must have scrolled down past the... Huh. Terrible hoarder. Schmoke, you are way north from me. Jacksonville is North Florida and all the way in the south. But thank you for the... Oh, yeah, no, that's why I was saying if you were driving. No, if you're flying, it's completely... No, it's hours. It's... Yeah. To Miami is what? 4.5, 5 hours. No, it's further than that to Miami. Peace, Revenge. Sophia, if you're leaving or have left, bye. I hope you feel better. I didn't see a goodbye, but I saw somebody saying goodbye to you, it looked like. So there. I'm going to hit the chair some more because it's kind of a good thing for my back to kind of do a little bit of up and a little bit of down, because too much of either makes my back hurt. Welcome in, Chris. We've been hanging out in the Sprinter van and discussing air conditioner systems and my power system, which is back here. I think you've seen bits and pieces of it possibly. Let's meet at Bike Week in Daytona Beach next year in February, March. I have not done Bike Week in many, many years. I'm not totally closed to the idea, but it's not really on my radar. It's so crowded. I know it's not fun for me. But if you go down there, I would be more than willing to ride down and meet you somewhere. Crystal Kitten, welcome in. Good to see you. Chris, I saw you've got patches flying again. I don't think I actually watched. I think it was a short. I don't think I watched it, but I did see it come across my feed. Sorry. For those of you who don't realize, I don't really watch shorts. Sometimes I go out of my way to watch them to help support channels. That 357 is a little hot. Oof. Excuse me. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry. I noticed something that was left as a reminder for me that I, of course, forgot about. I need to get more gloves. I'm out of gloves. 5 mil. I mean, I guess I could order that on Amazon, too. Pixie, what are you doing? What are you looking at? There's not even anything over there. Yeah, I'm over here. Come on, buddy. Stick with me. It's your job. You have one job. Yeah, because I'm only... since I moved out here, I don't know exactly how far everything is from here. I think I'm an hour and a half from Daytona. It's not anything that I'm intimidated by. You know, whether or not I ride a motorcycle is a whole different story, because the Vulcan, tickle, 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 I still don't have paperwork on, even though theoretically it's in the works. I'm trying not to push the issue because he's not asked me for any money for the motorcycle. And since I've been storing it forever and he's basically kind of written it off, I think that's sort of his plan, is just to give it to me. But I want to at least pay for any paperwork transfers and probably throw him a couple $100. But the adventure bike, tickle, 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 is it maxes out at like 60 miles an hour downhill with the breeze behind me. I would not want to ride that any distance. The gantry is still working good. Yeah, that's pretty sweet for a wooden gantry. You know, it's something I have in the back of my mind if and when I do decide to keep the bug and do the floor pans. It is something that, because there are a couple reasons I could use something like that. I just don't want to build it and have it in my way. I'd rather have something that could be folded up and put away, or possibly attached to the building somehow, but I don't think, I mean, I know that the building is not engineered for that type of a load. But anyway, I'm all over the place. Camera stand was doing the same thing yesterday on my live all the time. So I know parts of the problem. It's for mine. Mine's not a camera stand. It's an actual camera. For those of you who haven't seen it, since we have dual camera mode, I just have to find what I did with the other camera. Flat out. That didn't work. Flat out. It still didn't work. Whoa, why are you moving? That's not what I was trying to do. Maybe flat out. Okay, we're going to do it a different way. We're going to go here and go flat out. Flat out. Hey, I don't know why that didn't work the way it was supposed to. But that's Pixie. Pixie is his own little entity. And he'll follow me. He's kind of cute. He's like E.T. But see, what happens is he's looking for my eyes. And if he gets lost in the light, because it's facial recognition that he's after. And so if I block him with the camera, he doesn't see my face anymore sometimes and he'll get lost. Or if I just move too fast. But anyway, back in the drone mode. Vlogging. Sterling, welcome in. I don't know why I almost said velvet. Brain wiring. Wake up. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Igor, yes. Back to that. Good plan. Yes. We're going to switch back to this other camera because I don't need to be in vlog mode and it's ridiculous. Bringing 2 bikes to Daytona next year. I'll bring my V-Rod and my new custom chopper I'm still waiting on to be completed by my local custom shop I ordered it from. Well, I would like to see that. I look forward to seeing that. I didn't know people were still building custom choppers. Just kidding. Good to see you, Sterling. Welcome in. Wake up again. I appreciate the subscription. Tina does too. We got to do Tina cam so she can thank you, right? All right. I guess that's what the drone cam was for. All right, going back to drone cam. Drone cam. Tina is in the Sprinter, the Schmoke shuttle. Oh, she's hiding back there. We'll go back there because it's fun. We're on an adventure. Thank you. Oh God, that hurt. I cannot jump out of that van like that. It hurts. It's painful. I shouldn't do that. Anyhow, the point is, thank you, wake up. Tina said thank you for the membership. Whoa, Sterling Wheel just got a membership. Thank you, Sterling Wheel. Or, excuse me, whoever gave the gift, because I can't see it in Meld. So we have to switch to a different window and a different camera and a different everything. Everything is different. Whoops. Sterling Wheel just gifted Sterling Wheel a subscription. How does that work? I don't even understand. I need to see that on YouTube so I can see what exactly just happened. That's hilarious. Somebody's leaving, right? Raspberry's leaving. Sorry. Bye, Hedgie. Sorry I didn't see it sooner. Thank you for being here. Rare. Twisted Mopar. Welcome in. Good to see you. I gifted myself. Sorry, I was trying to do too many things at once and I lost them all. I know what I was trying to do. I remember now. I was trying to go here, and go there, and then go there, and in the process go there, as well as going to oh my gosh. Guys, I'm on a mission. I'm exploring. I'll be right back. There. That's all I was trying to do. Load it up. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought happened. Okay. I didn't know that could happen. Well, thank you. I think it's, well, we'll just say Twisted. I think it's Dennis, isn't it? If I remember correctly. I have no idea why that would be doing what it's doing. We're going back to Meld Studio where I can see everything that's going on. iBock YouTube. Again, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. I think that's your name. Not that I need to be calling you by your proper name, but Twisted Mopar. Mr. Hancock, if you have not met him, is a 1965 Volkswagen Beetle. I got him. He was in someone's backyard underneath a tarp, and a friend of mine who's actually part of our community turned me on to the possible availability of the car. It had been completely disassembled. It was a roller. The motor was in it, but was not running. All the glass was pulled out of it, all the lights and everything were pulled off of it, and it was supposedly going to be prepped for paint. At that point, it had been put under a tarp in a backyard in Florida and was rusting itself out from the inside out. So when I got it, basically I kind of stabilized it, put fresh brakes, everything is fresh on the brake system, new carburetor, got everything running and adjusted and tuned in. It is a running and driving project. I am kind of on the fence as far as whether or not I'm going to keep it and go any further, because I don't really have the budget to start building a 1965 Volkswagen. I could, however, use the money that a 1965 Volkswagen could bring in. So there's that. I slept for 18 hours straight. Good, Sterling. You needed that, I am sure. Very easy not to stay on budget when you were building customs. My budget went out of whack and over the budget very quickly. Yeah, I don't do big budget builds, and that's kind of the thing with the bug, just to bring those conversations together, is I don't have, like I said, I don't have the budget to restore a 1965 Volkswagen. Even if I do the work myself, which I'm not interested in pulling this body and doing pans and heater channels, which is what it needs. Rust in Florida is caused by moisture caused by high humidity. Exactly, Igor. And the problem with this bug, if you've not heard the story, is, we'll switch back to the other camera because it's cool and we can. Platow. Drone mode activated. I had the flashlight in my pocket, and then I pulled it out and I put it down somewhere. I have since found it, and now we have it. So, what happened, Igor, and those interested, is this car, like I said, had no glass in it and was put underneath a cover, a tarp, in Florida. And these floor pans rusted out. The floor pans rusted. The fascinating part about that is that these are actually new floor pans, and these pans rusted from the inside out. And if you question the fact that they're new floor pans, I will show you the little orange factory sticker that was on it and how everything is still black under here. What happened was, again, we had a bag, basically a Ziploc bag, that leaked a little bit and had water inside of a enclosed environment, and we created a terrarium. So on a hot day, the water tried to evaporate off the floor, hit the roof, and then rained back down again, over and over again, just like a terrarium, and rusted the brand new pans out from the inside out. And when I discovered that, it was a little bit frustrating, but there's nothing I can do about it. I got the car as it is. But it's still just like, why would you take the time to replace the floor pans and then allow that to happen? Been there, Igor. Yep. If you look at Shaggy Main's channel, there is, I believe, I think all you're doing is shorts, right, Shaggy? But there is a picture of his BMW motorcycle that got expensive. But, you know, sorry. The point of this shop and the advantage of being mechanically inclined and stuff like that is, theoretically, if I can afford the parts, you know, my labor, as far as I'm concerned, is not part of the issue. That's sweat equity. So if I can buy low, put a little bit of sweat equity into it and sell high, that's the name of my game. And that's exactly where we're at with the bug. If I start throwing pans and money into this bug, then I'm going to very quickly start losing my profit margin. I put the heavy duty pans and patches. And that's the thing, is if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, which entails completely blowing this car apart and doing a full restoration, which I know I've said it 4 times. I cannot afford to do that. So it's kind of one of those things where I could drive it. Hang on, somebody's outside. I could drive it around and enjoy it, but I'm not really a bug guy. It's not anything. Why is there an Amazon van here? I didn't. Oh, the neighbor did. Okay. That's not how you turn around that truck. I think I'm going to tell you about yourself, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry y'all got to hear this. Hey. Yo. Oh, I handled that so nicely, if y'all can hear me. Whew. Are we still here? Do we have sound? I don't know if y'all could hear that. That was fun. I feel good about that. Whether you heard me or not, I don't know. Basically, what I just did is I get mad. I'm shaking a little bit. Plus, I'm jacked up on coffee. These Amazon vans, this was a bigger one. This was a big box truck, but still, instead of using my driveway and backing into the empty cul-de-sac and turning around, they pull into my driveway, back into my neighbor's driveway, and then pull into my front yard to turn around. And my mailbox is right here. So they pull into my lawn, face my mailbox, and then back out and then turn out and straighten it out and go away. Instead of pulling into my driveway, backing into the cul-de-sac, and staying on the road the whole time, which is what I just asked them to do. I did it very friendly. He drove on the grass again. Yeah, totally. But I told him about it. I was friendly. He understood. He gets the big picture. I could tell. And I've had to do it with a UPS driver, though I did do it a lot more aggressively with the UPS driver, and she's scared of me now. And I feel kind of bad about that, but it's just like, you wouldn't do that on the rich side of town. You wouldn't drive off of the road into somebody's front yard in order to turn around. You would utilize the fucking cul-de-sac. Sorry. So anyway, back to that. I'm at the point where Mr. Hancock becomes a money pit really fast if I do it correctly. After fixing the kingpin, tightening up, I'm going to take it for a run next week. We're going to take it for a drive, or possibly tomorrow, who knows. And if it's driving stably and to my satisfaction, then I'll start looking into the other issue or the other concern, which is the tins in the back, which with an air-cooled motor, which a Volkswagen Beetle of this era is, the correct tins and metals need to be in there. When I say tins and metals, I don't mean metals, but the panels guide the air to cool the engine. And especially being in Florida, I need to make sure that this engine is being cooled because I don't want to overheat it. And I know that all the tins are not in there. Most of them are, but I just need to, sorry, I need to turn this fan on and turn it up. Because after getting pissed off and walking outside and yelling at the Amazon guy, I'm hot. Whew! Anyhow, I need to get an oil temperature sensor and put it in that engine if there's not one in there already that's just not hooked up. And I want to get some gauges and put them where the radio, because I have a blank plate there in the dash where the radio would be. And I want to put an oil temperature gauge, and I want to put and probably a voltage gauge, because that's something that I can do without, damaging the car. What I'm trying to do is solidify, like there, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a big hole in the floor pan, and I took some heavy gauge metal and made a little plate and welded it in there just to keep or ensure structural integrity. Um, there's a couple more places I could do that and be able to drive the car, to utilize it. But as far as throwing money at it, it's not really on the list. Is my point. Is I bought this bug because of the opportunity that was presented. I didn't buy the bug because I've always wanted a bug. I've had bugs in the past or with friends, and I've had a dune buggy with a friend. We used to go in on projects together. If I was going to do an air-cooled Volkswagen, I would much rather have an air-cooled bus. The reality is now I have the Sprinter, and the Sprinter covers all the bases. It's an adventure vehicle, it's a van life, camping, and it's a project. Lots of projects built into it. So where I'm at right now is I can get rid of the bug, I can get rid of the camper that's outside, I can get rid of these damn motor scooters, the yellow motorcycle. I can get rid of a bunch of these projects. However, I need to invest some time and parts money and energy into each one of them to make the profitability where it needs to be, to make it worth the point of purchasing them in the first place. Hopefully that made sense. Ha ha! Where are we at? 1:45? We'll probably go to 2 o'clock, guys. I have no problem continuing, but I'm going to run out of shit to ramble about here before too long. And then I'm going to have to start making shit up. Ha ha ha. For those of you just getting here, Shaggy Mane, I don't know what you've seen or heard, but just some interesting stuff. The thicker of these two cables is the correct sized cable for what I'm trying to accomplish, hooking the battery up to this inverter. The thin one is what came with the inverter. The thick one, by the way, is the minimum. Now, they did send me 2. So between those 2 cables that you're supposed to hook up 2 individual cables together, and that's supposed to be the equivalent of that because it's cheaper for them. No, I went ahead and ordered the correct cable. But for those who have not seen it yet, what we've got here is a 3,000 watt inverter and a 200 amp hour LiPo battery, and assorted fuses and wiring, and also a 40 amp DC to DC charger, which is also a MPPT solar controller. With these items and one 200 watt solar panel is my stage 1 system, basically. Stage 2 and beyond will be a total of 800 watts of solar and 2 of these batteries for 400 amp hours of power. From my research, I should be able to be fine with what I'm already doing, but the overkill is to where I'm pretty much bulletproof. Sounds like they were cutting corners. Yeah, all of the Chinese inverters come with cheap wiring. It's also not, you want to use pure copper when you're doing this stuff. And what they're selling you or giving you is copper plated aluminum, which is not the same thing at all. And if you actually start doing the research, there's a couple names that are respectable, and any of the electricians that you actually listen to are all going to tell you that too small of a wire is the #1 cause of fires with these type of systems. And I don't even want to risk that. That's one thing safety wise. I'm not going to cheap on any of that. I will buy cheap components and protect them with fuses. And if they don't work because they're cheap, then that's fine. But As far as the safety end of it, everything will be fused and wired correctly. And theoretically, for those of you who have not heard me ramble about it yet, what we're going after is a mobile hotel room. I do not need it to be fancy like the van lifers with all their beautiful paneling and their hand stitched upholstery and all that crap. I'm going function over form. I want a place to sleep, which I already have in there, and I want it to be air conditioned, climate controlled. As I said earlier to somebody, I don't necessarily need heat, or at least not yet, but I do need air conditioning, especially this time of year in Florida. Moving forward, or upgrading the air conditioner system to a heat pump system will bring heat into the system as well. There are multiple options with that, including diesel heaters. But if I can get a heat pump split system, the number scares me. It's just a bit really. It's expensive. I know it would be worth it in the long run, and that's what I have to think of. Is this thing's got 61,000 miles. We're gonna get towards 62,000 miles here. So this thing should last me a long time, and if I build it correctly, give me years of traveling ability, and we can always make it prettier. A lot of bikes. Road glide. Igor, I have not necessarily seen you. Sick, you want to drop the link for the coffee? How about drop the link for, if you've already got it up, the link for the coffee talk tomorrow morning. And Igor, you might be interested in joining us. It is definitely a strong, solid motorcycle community. But we also, I mean, mostly we're just bullshitting. Nothing wrong with the backup. 12 to 10 gauge. 12 to 10 gauge what? This is yeah, no. This is 2/0. 10 gauge, 12 to 10 gauge is thin, is super thin. This is probably 10 gauge. I don't know what that says, but anyway. Yeah, no, this is we did 1/0, 110. I was, or no, this is 2/0 rather. My bad. I almost went with 4/0, which is twice as thick. Where's a Bic lighter? Do I have a Bic lighter out here? Of course not. Bic lighter for scale. How about a Sharpie for scale? Sharpie for scale. Tuesday morning. Oh yeah, my bad. That was fun. Anyway, it's actually Tuesday morning, as Sick corrected me. The cable from the alternator, or from the charging system to the DC to DC charger, is more in the gauge that you're talking about there, Sick. And will be cheaper. It's still not going to be cheap. I forget how it works. So the gate, yeah, it's yeah. AWG versus, where's the scale? I have a scale somewhere. This is all, you know, the damn numbers, man. The numbers is what makes my head spin. There's so many numbers with this stuff. Yeah, I thought it had the wiring chart. There's wiring charts readily available out there on the internet that basically tell you what your inverter size is and what your battery size is and what the distance traveled, the length of the wire needs to be, and it'll tell you how thick it needs to be. That's kind of basically what I'm still doing off the air is the research to find out exactly to do what we're talking about to get all this stuff correct. I also want to have a smoke detector in the van, and I'm going to put it directly either in the battery box or above it because I want to be alerted if anything does start smoking, especially if I'm asleep. A scale. Smaller gauge, bigger the wire. Right. Until you get to 0, and then it starts going up again, right? So like a 4/0 is bigger than a 2/0. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of situation. It's, yeah. Chris knows way better than I do. I'm just talking out my ass. Smoke detector. So the other thing is that, so far I have not smoked in the van for smell reasons. There has been some vaping in the van, which I'm not worried about because the smell it's not the same. But if I'm camping somewhere, that could change things. I'm not setting a rule in stone that says you can't smoke in the van. But especially if I put a smoke detector in there, I'm going to have to be mindful of all that. So I think what we're going to do is make a not, a rule, but not a set solid rule that, we smoke outside. Just remember, safety third. You smell that smell everywhere out here in California. Right, and that's the thing is, where I'm at with it is if I'm on the road, I do not want to draw any unnecessary attention to myself because as soon as they run my name, there are previous things that have occurred in my life that may involve the aromatherapy material that we like. And so those two flags back to back is pretty much me out of the car and them digging through my shit, which I certainly do not want if I'm on the road. Which is why there will not be Grateful Dead stickers all over the van or anything like that. There may be a couple discreet Easter eggs. But, yeah, I mean, if I had my card or lived in a legal state, that would change that dynamic. But as things sit right now, I do not need to draw any excess attention to myself if I'm traveling. Better safe than sorry. So my my little device, wherever it's sitting, my Planet of the Vapes Lobo. Sorry, I don't have a link, an affiliate link. Pinky's out. But I love this device. This is the upgrade to the previous one that I was using, the Arizer Go. This is a dry herb vaporizer. This will still smell, but nowhere near like smoking, and it's a completely different smell. I would, at a low temperature, I could hit this thing, and especially windows down, and it would not affect the scent in the van. At a high temperature, this thing will put out some clouds, and it has a smell, though it's not the same, so it's not necessarily as recognizable. The big concern would be, of course, the smell of raw material, let's say. So, you know, we're definitely airtight packaging, and we'll come up with a nice little stash spot. But yeah, fly under the radar, exactly. That is the goal. I have no need to advertise who I am as far as the hippiness or anything like that. And I also thought about putting a Schmoke shop thing on the side of the van. How would I do that? Like that. Like right there. Because I have another logo instead of the round one. I have it written out in a stylized way. I don't think it's out here, but some of you have seen it. For future use or alternate use, whatever. You know, more t-shirts and stuff like that. And I could totally put that on the side of the van and it would look really cool. Especially if I got it pinstriped and all that. In reality, I mentioned earlier, I totally like the idea of people just assuming, as they do, that this is an Amazon van. Everybody's house that I pull up to, and Sick will even tell you a story, even when they know that I'm coming, instinct is automatically that that's an Amazon van. I like that idea. That allows me to be parked in rest areas or parking lots and be actually stealth camping versus a Sprinter van with a bunch of windows and a roof rack with a bunch of coolers on it and a motor scooter strapped to the back parked in a parking lot. That gets a lot of attention and gets the knock on the window. This, the way I intend to leave it, as much stealth like that as possible, is not going to get that attention. Going full circle back to the air conditioner, if I do the split system and I have to put it on the back door, that's one of the red flags to that. I'd like to put it on the roof or underneath would be what I'd like to do. I got to look into it more. Might as well put Willie Nelson on the side. Right. I mean, of course, I drove cross country with my best friend, Chiefin, the whole fucking way. It was stupid and ridiculous, but it was her vehicle and her call. And I'm not going to be like, no, I can't do that while we're riding, while she's burning down. No, we're passing it back and forth. We drove cross country that way. But on the other hand, you know, again, I have previous things that could really come back and haunt me. And I don't need that attention at this point in my life. I don't ever want to see the inside of a jail cell again. That's all. Real fucking simple. And okay, so going back to the vape thing, this is a dry herbal vaporizer. This is not an oil vaporizer. In Florida and many, many states, oil vaporizers are a felony. Just so y'all know that. Everybody thinks that it's no big deal, it's just a vape. Any concentrated form of THC in the state of Florida, if you do not have your license, is a felony. Any of it. A drop of it. One single dab is a felony. Just a heads up. People don't realize that. They think they just got this vape pen and it's all good. No, not if the cop wants to be a dick. I need to get some more water. I said I was going to shut it down at 2, but we're still having conversations, so we'll keep going for a little while. I do need to sit down, though. What did I do with my device that I was just shaking at you vigorously? It's right in front of my face. Yay! Oh, Pixie. Yo, bud. I'm down here. Come on, man. Hey, yo. Come on. Hey, yo. This is Wake Up. Do a textile since you review different digital products and fix. Yes. So I have not brought this. I actually filmed an unboxing and everything, but I have not brought this into the picture any more than I do somewhat discreetly, simply because I don't want the algorithm getting any more screwed up for my channel than it already is. My channel is currently, like, just in the last few, I would say in the last day, last I checked, possibly starting to get some of my videos out to the right audience. So I don't know if they've shifted the algorithm again and it's getting things right, or if things are starting to just figure it out naturally. But the biggest issue I have with my channel growth is the algorithm is trying to put out my channel, near as I can tell, as a product review channel, which is not at all what it is. I have done a couple product reviews because I knew they would do well in order to get my watch hours up and get some subscribers. But since those are my best performing videos, the algorithm thinks that I am a product review channel. I do not want it thinking that. I don't mind having an occasional product review, but the focus of my channel is hanging out working on projects in the garage. And if YouTube would realize that, my channel would shift in growth exponentially, I believe. I do whiskey, beer, and real cigarettes. Yeah, Chris, I saw you got that bottle of Crown the other night. I used to smoke pack and a half minimum a day. If I was drinking heavily, a lot more than that, two or more. But I quit. 2015, November 5th. November 5th, 2015. Still enjoy whiskey now and again. I had some while watching DJ Real One the other night. Had a few whiskey drinks. Enjoy a few beers here and there. Although with the IPAs that I drink, you know, more than 3, and I feel it in the morning, and I don't enjoy that. Where are we at here? 363. Let's go for 375. We're going for broke. Most people start at 3, or they recommend starting at 390. I stop at 390. If I want to be that hot, then I'll just go ahead and smoke. Channel has stalled. It is what it is. Oh, man. It'll pick back up. You need to get a good engine run. If you haven't, I may have missed it. I know you got it running, but that break-in run, that'll get some more attention too. But especially doing daily content like you have been, I mean, that is definitely a formula. Sick Bastard has also been doing daily content. He's been doing at least one, usually multiple shorts every day. And his channel is definitely growing. You know, the universe keeps telling me to do exactly what I'm doing. I literally went out of my way to film a short, put it in my editing software, and edited a couple things, and put in some music, and rendered it, and it did not render the way it was supposed to, and it thinks it's a long form. I didn't even have to upload it. I can already tell. It didn't render in the correct format. And I can go spend a bunch of time setting everything up correctly and make sure that it does it correctly. But like I said, every time I try and do it, it fights me, and I'm not interested in fighting to do something that I don't want to do in the first place. I'll put another short out eventually. You know, they get attention to the channel. But if it's not part of my flow and it's not working, I'm not going to fight it. I will not. I did that. You did the break-in run? I know you started it. I must have missed it. Or maybe you did it in the shorts form. I'll have to go back. I don't remember what I was going to say. I have not been watching as much. I actually had a couple kind of shitty days where I didn't do much of anything, but, you know, that's allowed. Part of the joy of being self-employed is I have the freedom to say, you know what, I am not feeling it today. um, excuse me. Time is it? All right, yeah. Guys, I think I'm going to work towards wrapping this up. Because otherwise I'm going to sit here and just get dopier and dopier, for lack of a better word. I want to bring up the YouTube studio so that I have access to the buttons that I need. We're gonna, it's not working. It's not responding. Thank you. It was last week sometime. I'll have to, yeah, I'll definitely get on there. As a matter of fact, when I get off here, I'm going to go up in the office and find that. Because I absolutely enjoy your videos. I know you think that they're nothing. They are reality. And videos like yours and mine and Shaggy Man and many of the viewers in here are real people doing real stuff versus AI. And as far as I'm concerned, that is currently, for lack of a better word, a series of skirmishes. a journey. Anyway, there's a couple of y'all that'll catch that. Regardless, you know, I'm all about genuine content and fuck AI. So, hanging out in your shop, whether it's drinking beers and chilling or welding patch panels onto a car that we all agree somehow got saved from the swamps. Patches is an amazing story, and you can always go back and use all that footage and put it together into a, this is where it was, this is where it is, when you and Lisa are driving that thing with shit-eating grins on your face. YouTube is the only reason I got out of my chair yesterday. Yeah, and I mean, you blow my mind having a full-time job and busting your ass and still going and doing it every single day. I'm not that motivated. I don't even have a real job. So, you know, it's amazing the way different people are wired. I have a very good friend of mine, I want to say in closing, my buddy Alan. He is one of those super motivated people that when he wakes up, he'll kind of come to drinking some coffees and smoking a cigarette. But once he goes to work, it is on until he lays his head down on the pillow. And he's getting better. He's not that bad about it anymore. But back in the day, he was that guy. And I always used to joke, if he and I could meet somewhere in the middle, we'd have two really solid workers. But anyhow, in closing, as always, it looks like I'm locked up, and I'm just going to ignore studio and say, hopefully it's not locked up. Oh, it's paused. That's why. Thanks each and every one of you for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. If you're not subscribed and you're watching and lurking, please subscribe. That does not cost you a thing, and it will help my channel grow because it helps tickle the algorithm and guide more people in my direction. Because right now I am still not fully monetized until I get to 1,000 subscribers. Once I break that 1,000 subscribers threshold, I will never ask for subscribers again because it doesn't matter after that. For now, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. It'll help a lot. As always, thanks each and every one of y'all for watching. Brown Chicken, good to see you, man. Speaking of lurkers, love y'all. Peace. Bye-bye.